So you want to build links and you want to do it at scale. You want to find good opportunities. You want to save time, be efficient. What are some of the things that you should be doing to build up a prospect list um, and have it all be high quality? Well, there's several options, and I'm going to run you through a few of them. When you Google this kind of topic, you end up with some qualifying things, channeling your inner explorer, some like overall guides. I'm just gonna, give you some of my favorite ways to do it, and then show you examples of me actually doing it. So one of the ways is Google search with advanced search operators. Another way is competitive analysis tools like Ahrefs, Moz. I only use Ahrefs, but SEMrush, SEMrush, another one, and then the smaller companies that maybe give you data. With just these two uh, approaches alone, you have all of the link prospecting opportunities you need. So let's start off with like number one. You start with the link building strategy, right? And then you have a strategy, and then you start building prospects. So types of strategies you can do are guest posts, link insertions, resource pages, broken links. Uh, yeah, I think that's a good start. So what's an easy way to find guest posting opportunities? Usually, like, let's say I am in the wedding space. I'm also in the SEO space, but I keep using this website as an example. This Groom's and Gift source site. Let's say I wanted to build links, get some guest posts in, and I wanted to build a list of wedding blogs in my industry. Well, I have done that, and I've built a ton of links and gotten lots of responses. You can see we went pretty nuts in the first couple quarters of 2020. Um, and the way we did this is we identified wedding blogs. An easy way you can do this is like, not site, but in URL blog, in title wedding. So just from this simple search, any result in Google has to have the word blog in it. And some article on their website has to have the word wedding in it. And with this assumption, you'd say anyone that shows up in Google search for positions 1 through 100, these are all going to be wedding blogs. So with one click, you can extract all of these results. And this could be a potential guest posting target. Now, if they haven't accepted guest posts in the past, maybe they don't accept them at all. So you don't want to waste your time. You want to go for good opportunities. So you might add the word in text guest post and put some quotes on this one. And now I have a list of websites in the wedding space who have accepted guest posts in the past. And if I one-click export this, I have a ton of prospects I can go after. What I would do from here, though, is if you had like a paid Ahrefs account, I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you do, I would just jump in here and I would batch analyze these to see which ones have a domain rank of like, something decent. I would trim to just the root domain, like the beliefweddingplanners.com, texasweddings.com, and I would see what their overall traffic is. And I would just remove anything that's like zeros and zeros, most likely. If you want an easy way to do that, just go to Linkio, linkio.com/link prospect filtering tool. You could pop in the domains here. This allows you to just quickly bulk filter by various things. You can go in here, trim URLs to domain level, get it nice and clean, confirm those changes, copy to clipboard, jump right back into whatever your analysis tool is. Run those numbers. Here's the traffic stats. Export this. Remove anything with zeros in it or whatever threshold you want. And then you've got a clean list of sites that you can start prospecting with. And what we're finalizing now is a really, really powerful prospecting tool where you just have to pop in the URLs and the tool will find the very best contact email for each website. Like not just like the general contact email, not like a random scrape, but like this website is owned by this person and this person's direct email is their name at this domain. And it'll find that email, verify it, and you end up with you go from nothing to an outreach ready list in minutes. It's incredible. It's going to save you a ton of time. Subscribe to my newsletter at linkio.com to hear about it first. This is early 2021, so I think by the first or second quarter of 2021, it's going to be out. And if you liked what I did with the search operators and you want to find more search operators like it, I'll leave a link to our search operators tool. Here you can just pop in a keyword like wedding. And you can find tons of different link opportunities. If you want just guest blogging, like the one I showed you, wedding, guest posting guidelines, you'll get a ton of opportunities here. And then I will link this prospect training, prospector training. I think this is the one. I'll link you to this spreadsheet. This is where if I hire a prospector, I just show them some of my best practices and the one-click export of Google SERP. I have a video on how you can do that. So I'll share this link to you. You can learn these hacks yourself. You'll be able to build links, list of prospects really, really quickly. So that's Google search operators. I can also show you Ahrefs. One of my favorite strategies with Ahrefs is using their Content Explorer. Here, they have like, I don't know, billions of pages indexed in their Content Explorer. So if I wanted to find all the articles that talk about email outreach templates, and I say I want that in the title. In this case, I have some of my favorite filters. I would say I only want to see the live ones. Ahrefs is like, I think that its cheapest plan is $100 a month. But they do have a 7-day, $7 trial. So if you just want to build like a huge list of prospects, just sign up for 7 days, do as much as you can in a week and cancel it. They have a domain ranking of from 1 to 100. I like to live in like the 20 to 75, 78 kind of range. I think if you want to just pitch someone and get a response, get some eyeballs, it's a nice way to do it. This one doesn't have too many results, just 72 pages. And if I go to 1 page per domain, 65. And my own article is showing up here. So really it's 64. And I could export this and use that as a means to find some prospects. If I removed the in title stipulation, now I have 1,590 potential prospects. And if I export this, I'll give you a quick tip. Any linked list, you're going to have a lot of like junk, spam, not so good links. So that's why we created this free prospecting tool. And it's really, really simple it's that link prospecting filtering tool I showed you before. You pop in these URLs, starting with 1500. Let's say I only want to keep like .com domains. All right, so we're going to keep those 1200. And let's say I want to remove anything, any of these domains that's not a blog, I want to get rid of it. So if it's an email syndication, link shortener, search engine site, Web 2.0, I want it gone. And 757 sites have been removed. And I also want to get rid of certain sites that like look like forum sites, look like directory sites, and same kind of thing. But just it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of time. If you're outsourcing this, if you have a virtual assistant doing it, it's going to save them a lot of time. Already, I've gone from 1,500 entries down to 450. You can see the power in that. So that's how I like to use the Ahrefs Content Explorer. Another fun way, it's fun now that I've automated most of it, but another fun way to get backlinks to prospect from is if you have an account at Linkio, what I like to do is enter one of my competitor domains into Linkio. So here I have my own site, Linkio, and you see InkyBee it used to be a blogger outreach software as well. They went out of business. So what I ended up doing is I imported all of their backlinks. What Linkio does and why I like doing it in Linkio first instead of just, you could just do it through Ahrefs. Go to Ahrefs, download their backlinks, off you go. But with Linkio, there's an added layer where it'll check the live status. It'll check whether it's no followed. But more importantly, the thing that Ahrefs doesn't do is it checks if it's indexed in Google or not. And here we find that 107 of the links are not indexed. And Ahrefs says there's 670 referring domains, right? So if you compare that to Linkio, we checked all those links and only 490 of them are actually live. Of those 490, 107 are not indexed. And the ones that only matter, like the ones that might be good link opportunities, are 285. So I would export this to a CSV. And I would, again, I'm not going to show it to you again because then you'd get bored, but I would run it through the prospect filtering tool. I'd end up with a clean list of sites to go after. And this is exactly what I've done. I have an outreach inbox. It's one of my outreach personas, Stacy at linkio.com. And we just automate emailing these prospects, and we say, hey, you linked to this website, they're no longer in business, come check us out. We might be a good replacement, and we offer some value, whether it's an exchange or featuring them on some upcoming roundup we're doing, and we get some good positive responses at a high percentage clip. All right, so I showed you how to use Google search, showed you how to use Ahrefs. I don't have Moz or SEMrush accounts, but it's kind of the same thing. And I showed you how to use Linkio, both the free tools, the paid tools, more to come. And you can get creative with it. If you want to do link insertions and you're looking for blog posts in Google search about a specific topic, the way I would do it is in title, email, outreach, templates, and URL blog. This doesn't get me a ton of results, so I might generalize it a bit more to just email templates. And now I get a bunch, and I can scroll. G-Infinity just kind of reveals the top 1,000 results, one-click export, and off I go. In our upcoming link suite, again, we're gonna, if you have like a list of emails like this, will the tool would automatically scrape the author name and then try to find the contact email for that author. And if that information doesn't exist, it'll look for the founder or the marketing person, and just you'll have a ready to go list without doing much prospecting. I think I've kind of covered everything there. The thing that I could maybe talk more about is like how to vet a prospecting list for quality, although I don't know if that's really covered. I don't know if that's really applicable to this topic, so I might save that for. I think I'll just save that for another video. But I will point you to a couple resources. If you go to Linkio and you go into our SEO resources, we have a whole article about sorting link prospects. So once you have, we also have an article about link prospecting. So if you didn't think I'd give you enough, well, we've got about 10,000 more words for you to check out. And then this other article, it puts you through like the step by step of like, check for this, check for that, remove that, remove that. But really with our link filtering tool, I mean, most of it's just done for you with a couple clicks. That's enough out of me. ajay@linkio.com. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments. Appreciate you checking me out this far. Cheers.